introducing us. And Deepika, it was an amazing session. I must say, a lot of takeaways for me as well, a lot of key pointers for me. So, yeah, to begin with LinkedIn, how crucial it is in our life. Um Before we get ahead with the further conversation on what LinkedIn is, um, I'll have one question which I want every one of you to think for a second, take a pause, think, and quickly the one word that comes to your mind, put it on the chat window without second thoughts, just the one thought that comes. You have to, it's like the rapid fire. You just have to put it on the chat window, the one thought with this one question. This will be followed by two more questions. So you have to be careful with what you are answering. Okay. So this is the app on mobile, your LinkedIn app. Okay. The moment you open it, and you open it so many times, whether on laptop or on mobile, you open it so many times. What's the first thought you open with? Why do you want to log into LinkedIn and see something? What's the first thing that you're trying to do? Quickly, chat box. Let me see. Job, meet new people, see updates, job connections, networking, what's new in the industry, connections, network. Amazing, amazing. So, second question, connections. Okay. Second question. Think of your LinkedIn profile, the way it is updated, the pictures, the profile picture, the keywords that you have updated, every single detail. Look at your profile, think of it, and question yourself, does your profile fulfill the need, what you're looking out for? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Cool. Amazing. You landed up in a very amazing session. Okay. I can convert this session into a masterclass as well if you want, because this is going to be an amazing roller coaster ride with you. You guys have been an amazing, you guys are energetic and in such a very uh, gentle age where you are open to accept everything that comes from the learning space of mind. So, yes, uh, now the third question, that's important. That's important. The third question, how do you plan to sync your expectations that you have on LinkedIn with reality? Your profile, the way you connect with people, what posts you do, you have certain expectations, right, that you want to fulfill. How do you want to convert that into reality? You can hold that question, no need to answer that question. We can walk through in the entire session and talk to you about what LinkedIn is, how it is going to give you a future pathway. It's not the only platform that can give you, but yes, this platform is one powerful platform that can give you a lot of clarity on what you want. So, as a student, whether you are pursuing your degree or you have just completed your degree, uh, two things that you have to be very clear about is, uh, you want to get into job or you want to start something of your own. Both are good, both are extremely good, but that clarity, you want to get into some job or you want to get into an entrepreneurial journey. Guys, let's make it a very interesting and an interactive session. If you can put yourself on video, we can quickly have, that cross conversation going on. That will be actually amazing, right? Whether you nod or you blink or you yawn, it's that's fine with me. Okay. So, yeah, those who are comfortable, they can come and we can have that conversation. So, yes, uh, is it clear in your mind? Yes or no? Whether you want to get into job or whether you want to get into your entrepreneurial journey? Yes or no? Yeah, getting into job. Okay. Okay. Yes. Anjali, yes. Vedant, yes. Okay. Okay. No. Yes, job. Guys, there's one more thing that I want to add here. That could be possible that you take up a job right now. Maybe after 2 years, you get a clarity and you want to start something of your own. You take a job right now, and after 2 years, do you decide to do your master's? if you are doing your graduation, or you just want to decide to go abroad and do executive program, or maybe from India as well, from other high notch institutions, you want to go and do 1 year of executive program. So that's okay. You don't have clarity for future for next 5 years from now on. But today, do you have the clarity or not? uh, Caution, job, and then entrepreneurship. That's amazing. You have that clarity right now. But most of you, uh, job or entrepreneurship, your business, you maybe your own business, or you want to get into your family business, whatever it is. Why I'm asking these questions? Because if you keep answering these questions, you will get clarity on where I am going to. Okay, so now LinkedIn is for everyone. It's a professional platform. It's a platform where you meet everyone. It's a platform where you connect with so many people, and it's a platform that has so much to share, right? With the clarity whether you want to get into job or you want to get into entrepreneurship, these are two different streams through which you will land up to your expected audience, right? So the one crucial benefit of having a LinkedIn profile, whether you are into business. So let's talk about maybe job first. Okay, if you are into job, what is it that LinkedIn has to offer if you have a job profile, right? LinkedIn has an open access of HR and recruiters whom you can connect with. LinkedIn has an open access of your own colleagues, your ex colleagues, whom you can stay in touch with. LinkedIn has an open access to people from your domain who are in different organizations. For example, your key interest area is finance, and you have people from finance at senior leadership roles, from investment banking, from retail banking, from any corporate organization. There are financial advisors, there are financial experts, there are investment bankers, there are wealth manager, portfolio managers. Again, identifying whom you look up to or you want to look up to is important, and that's the clarity which I want to give here. But you have an open access to them. Now, why it is important for you to connect to people from different industries, of different domains, or maybe of your own domain, right? So if someone is working in Amazon, or if someone is working in Flipkart, and that is your dream organization, maybe 2 years from now, when you are looking to switch jobs, you might know people from those organizations. And with your networking skills, you will be able to connect with them. That's number one. Number two, LinkedIn gives you an access to showcase your skills and expertise, right? If you are good in finance, if you are good in or in writing, if you have good uh, skills to write blogs, it has given you an access to write small posts, to write LinkedIn articles, to connect with different people on their comment section, to come up with creative ideas that you want to. If you are a marketeer, digital platform is one thing that you should be experimenting with. So LinkedIn gives you an access to showcase your domain skills. And once the recruiter or a leader from another industry gets in contact with you, he will first visit your profile. He will see whether you are active on LinkedIn or not, whether you are connecting with the right kind of audience or not. And this will give them an impression to connect with you or to not connect with you. It's a both side of the coin. Whether you get connected to them or you not get connected to them, it's your choice what you are showcasing to them, right? So this is number two. If I talk about LinkedIn as for professionals, uh, few years back, in fact, when I was in my entire corporate journey, I was not at all so much active on my LinkedIn profile. Okay, I never had so much of access to knowledge, or maybe to the kind of work that I'm doing, that I was doing in my corporate industry, to use LinkedIn to the maximum of my potential. Over a period of time, I realized LinkedIn is a tool that can help me connect with more investment bankers. When I switched my job and I started my entrepreneurial journey, LinkedIn was the platform that gave me access to my networking events, to my kind of circle that I want to fall into. Okay, so this platform gave me an access to reach out to more people. Okay, that's number three. Now, if I want to talk about something which is someone who wants to get into entrepreneurship, right? Uh, what is it that is in there for you? When you are an entrepreneur, you're constantly looking out for connections that can help you in your business, right? So finding the right kind of business people in your connection can help you in mentoring your business, in giving your advisory board. So the kind of advice that you want at a very early stage, LinkedIn is one platform that can give you the access to reach out to more people who have gone through that journey. So someone who has not gone through that journey, for them it's an overwhelming response when they get an access to someone they look up to, and they can connect with them to an extent that the person is ready to mentor them, to guide them, right? And that's an icing about how you network with the people. So that's again a showcase of your skill set, how you are willing to network with people, right? If you have just started with the venture, fundraising, that can be one concern that you want to talk about. There could be many other things. How do you ideate? How do you pitch for your business? How do you put that into execution process? There are people out there who can help you because they have gone through that journey. Okay, so connecting with these kind of people will give you an access to a knowledge repository, right? I'll quickly cover one small trick to give you a basic understanding of why LinkedIn is important and how it can give you an access, and your presence on LinkedIn, how important, how valuable as of now it is. Okay, so all those guys who are on laptop, this is for them because they will be only able to do it right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm sharing my screen with you. Okay, this is the SSI score for LinkedIn. Is this visible to everyone? So I've just typed SSI score for LinkedIn. Okay, this is what you have to type on your. You open the next window or next tab, and you open Google search engine. You just type SSI score for LinkedIn. I want you guys to type your SSI score here. The first link that appears here, the SSI LinkedIn Sales Function Solutions. You just have to click this, and this page will appear. Right. Once you land on this page, click this icon, get your score for free. Get your score for free. Okay. So this is my score, 69, right? The scores keeps on fluctuating. If I go back to some data previously, it was close to 80, maybe somewhere 73, 74. Previous month, it was close to 78. Then it kept on fluctuating to 73. It came down to 68. It is quite stagnant with 68. But my LinkedIn score, so what's your LinkedIn score, guys? Can you share your LinkedIn score with me? 44. Okay. Caution, you have 44. Don't be sad. It's important to first know where you are. When you know where you are and you know where you want to be, the journey becomes really easy and interesting. For those people who might not know where their LinkedIn score is, they might never aim, or they might find it difficult to reach there. But someone who knows it, it's an amazing score for them. My LinkedIn score on an average stays at 77 to 80. When especially during the weekends, or when on the days when I'm not performing, I'm not very active, it is close to 69, 70, or 75. It's somewhere close to 70 to 75, right? So your LinkedIn score, now let me take you to a little deeper on this LinkedIn score, and this is very interesting, guys. Uh, Make sure you watching it very carefully because this is going to give you a lot of idea on your LinkedIn score, right? So this has been categorized under four categories. Establishing your professional brand, your brand as a corporate employee or as an entrepreneur. The way you want to display it, you can display it. But are you displaying it right way or not? Right? So out of 25, my score is 16.85. Anything above 15 or close to 15 is good, right? It's very good score, right? So uh, establishing your professional brand. Okay, now from 16 you have to take it to next level, so you know you are at 16, what else you can do. That's number one. Find the right people. The right people in the sense, for me, I'm an entrepreneur. I love to connect with more entrepreneur. I work with women, so I connect with so many women who are into education industry, who are at a corporate senior leadership roles, who are into business. And I love to connect with startups because I work with startups. I want to know more about what they are doing, their ideology, the way they work. So that's the kind of people I'm connecting every day. And based on my profile, they have come up with 16.08 is my score, which is a good score. Uh, okay score for me. I would love to take it close to 20, but yeah, at least I am on a right track. The third point is engage with insights. So your LinkedIn article, your LinkedIn post, when you engage with people on their post through comments, when you like them, when you comment on their post, so that's how you engage with insights, right? When you share something on your wall, or you are contributing to someone's wall or post through your conversation. So that's how you engage with insights. So that score is close to 14.07, right? Previously, it was close to 18 because every day I was almost having one or two posts or sometimes video post as well. But these days, I am focused more to connect and building more relationships. So, okay. So if you see, my focus has shifted to building more relationships. And there the score is really, really good. It is 21.80. Now, building relationships, that means how you are networking with people. What kind of people you are connecting with, right? When you connect with them, do you connect with them through their chat, or are you in touch with them through your post or through their post? So it's kind of how you are nurturing that relationship, right? So the combined figure of all is 69 for me. On an average, it stays close to 75 or 77, right? So that's the average score for me. If I look here at the top, it is showing me I am at the top 2% industry SSI rank, right? So my score is really high when I compare myself to industry SSI rank, right? It's really good when I compare myself at an industry level. When I compare myself with my network, my score is 20% of my network SSI rank. So in my network, there are people who have much more better score than me. That could be 80, 85, or even 90. That means the kind of audience that I want to connect with, the kind of influencer profile that I want to connect with, I am in the right touch with these kind of profiles, right? So industry experts, your network, all these combined together is your figure. If you drop this down a little more, you will get more insights. If you start clicking to each one of that, you will get more and more intent on how you can associate or connect with these scores. So yes, we have few scores already here. If you have checked, if more of you guys have checked, please drop in your score. It will help you understand that this is where you are. and what could be your next future score for you, right? So 44, Kaushal, don't give that sad smiley. I maybe I we can work on it, and it can be taken to 70, 75, 80. That's not a tough job. Okay. Keshav 32, Anjali 41, Snehal 40, Mukul 33, Vaishali Naik 30. So that means you guys are in the network, and you have 30 to 40 on an average. If I combine on an average, if it is 30 to 40, 40 is the range, 35 is the average score for you guys, right? So when you'll open this link, you will understand where the ratio or proportion is high and where the ratio is low. Okay, you have to work on the low ratio and constantly build up the ratios which are better. So if I put an average score, um, let's take Snehal. The score is 40. Okay, out of four categories, uh, let me assume that 10 is each score for this profile, right? Now, on an average, if 10 is the score, combining all comes 40. Aim for 15 each in the next 15 days, right? So 5 you have to add. Now, what you have to do is you have to identify the right target audience. What is the kind of people that you want to connect with? It depends on your industry. It depends on the profile that you have. So on your profile, your industry, your college, the kind of people, the kind of dream organization that you have in mind, that could be the right audience for you. Next is to connect with insights, right? So when you're connecting with these people, ensure that you're connecting with them and you're networking with them. You are sharing more of your ideas with them. You're also connected to them as and when it is required. So you don't have to spam their message, but you have to definitely come up with some insights, right? Some conversations. Just being on the platform will not help, right? Just being on the platform, having a profile, visiting the feed will not help you create a better platform. You have to engage at the platform just to ensure that you get more visibility. Ultimately, when we are there on LinkedIn, we want more people to visit our profile. We want more hiring managers to visit our profile. We want more senior managers or people at the VP level or director level, or people who are professors or they are directors of the colleges to visit your profile. And if you have to give them a message that my profile is good, you have to showcase that your profile is good through contents and the way you engage, right? The third section of it would be engaging with contents, right? When you are engaging with people through contents, through posts, through your LinkedIn articles, by comments. So comments that shouldn't be like, that's a good post, or thank you for that message, thank you for that comment. It shouldn't be something like this, but something that is unique, that differentiates you from other people who are commenting. If there is a nice post that you saw on LinkedIn, come up with an insight. Think of something that can give an insightful message. That's about how LinkedIn works. That's about how so I don't want to talk here about benefits of LinkedIn. You guys are so smart, smarter than me, because for so many years in my corporate journey, I never knew LinkedIn is so powerful. I never knew it. You guys are conducting a session on LinkedIn and its benefits. So I'm not here to talk about what benefits LinkedIn has. You know already. I'm just trying to give you a clarity that whether you are using it as an employee or you want to run a venture of your own in future, and that kind of profile, what kind of profile will help you in doing that. Okay, so I'm just a step ahead. I'm not at all talking about benefits. I'm talking about how you can strengthen your profile. SSI score has given you a journey to start, that this is, guys, where you are standing. Boss, if this is your score, aim for if 35 is an average score for our group, for my group today, aim for uh, 50 in next 1 month, right? How you're going to do that? Connecting with the right people, building relationship, engaging with them through insights, and coming up with post, LinkedIn, everything. You can, see, what you want to share is all that you learn, that you think that you have learned, it has added value, and you want to share it out with more people. For example, my previous session, uh, uh, before me, Deepika was there, who gave you such insightful conversation. Why not go and write 5 pointers on what you learned from her, right? From this LinkedIn profile session, why not go and write to everyone that this is what you learned, and maybe you aim to cross your LinkedIn score from here to here. It's something that you learn every day. You don't have to come with something unique that is going to be viral. No, it's a constant effort every day. What you are learning, you guys are so blessed. You have webinars, you have technology in space, you have been part of so many sessions. Any one thing which you learn from each session, if you start posting it each day as a ritual, maybe, you visit every day Instagram, maybe TikTok, Facebook, so many profiles, so many social media, right? You have to first identify which one is your social media platform. That's important. For professionals, for working professionals, for corporates, many people prefer LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is one source where people network and get more and more connections. If you see photographers, food bloggers, if you see people who are into blogging industry, traveling industry, fashion industry, they prefer, those who prefer more and more of pictures, they are into photography and they come up with some very beautiful pictures. They prefer Instagram and they have huge followers. So guys, my first ask would be identify what is your platform, based on what your career would be, based on what your future profile, future profession would be, whether you want to be someone who is a photographer, a traveler, or you want to be into corporate. So understanding what profile is yours, what social media platform is yours. When I say you have to understand what is your media platform, that simply means you have to understand where your target audience is. Okay, so photographers who are into photography, who love photography, you will not find them on LinkedIn. You will find them on Instagram. Food bloggers, travelers who love to travel, and even when they're having tea or even when they are lying on the beach, they will click pictures and put it out on social media, right? Instagram is their platform, right? And people like this are paid. A YouTuber is a paid if they have good followers. So first of all, identify which is your platform. Once you have identified your platform, guys, master that platform. Know in and out about that platform. This is the one thing which I shared with you, which is SSI score, which I felt that is a must to share for you guys in this session, because this will give you an understanding where you are and how you can scale up. I showed that bifurcation, that these are the 4 parts in which you can be scored, and how you're going to work on that. So mastering LinkedIn for you, if LinkedIn is that platform for you, master that LinkedIn platform. Ensure you are putting and investing a lot of amount of your efforts. I'm not saying spend your hours into it. Why it is important for you to have a social presence today? It's COVID-19 which has given us a setback, and the entire world has turned into introspection, and they're introspecting inside out. The technology has upgraded. Everyone is at home. We're not moving out. We are not connecting in person. We are not meeting people anywhere in person, as in the form of gathering. But in this phase, social media has turned out to be a boon. Technology is connecting us. And LinkedIn platform is one platform where you can connect with people. Your social presence, which was offline and had and created more impact, it has turned around. You have to create a social presence on online platforms, and understanding your platform and then making a presence there with your skill sets and showcasing it to people who you admire, showcasing it to people to who where your dream company resides is going to help you. I'll quickly run through how I got benefited through LinkedIn. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, uh, I connected most of my experts on Neha Tripathi Talk Show through LinkedIn. Okay. I met my first mentor who helped me in my entrepreneurial journey, who helped me in a lot of stuff, and he's still there. I met him on LinkedIn. Okay. While I was looking out for master classes for my women and working professional programs, LinkedIn was one tool where I completely focused and I got a lot of clients from there. Okay. Uh, in fact, I'm here on this platform because IEEE guys, maybe Anjali, she must have seen me maybe on LinkedIn and she reached out to me. So that's how it works. You're not there with any expectation. You're just ensuring that your skill sets are portrayed in the best way. And yes, you have nailed it, right? So guys, questions if you have, you can put yourself on camera. Uh, yeah, we can have questions. We can have feedback on how did you like it, and maybe what next are your expectations on how we can make it better. um, there's one more thing which I wanted to share. It was uh, about global presence, right? So we can definitely keep typing questions. uh, but sitting in India, if you can't afford to travel and you you want to have a global presence, you want to have a reach in different countries, this platform can help you have a global presence. um, I know people now from and it's not just I know them, it's like I'm having business with them, I'm working with them, and it is from different countries, uh, from Europe to US to UK to Singapore to Hong Kong. Sitting here in India, I can have a global presence. And I'm sure you guys know it. I'm just talking about the power of this platform. If you just showcase it right, if you just showcase in a way that people want to see it. So there are a lot of people who are looking out for expertise, skill sets. But if you will not put it out there, they will not be able to see it. And the moment you put it out there, people will start searching for you, they will start connecting with you, and they will start reaching out to you.
Guys,
So yeah.
anyone with any questions regarding to our session? But like even talking about LinkedIn, it seems like a social platform, but actually it is not. It is a professional platform, and the awareness about this, which is given outside, is quite rare. So many of people, they don't even know about LinkedIn. If we go to them, we approach that, can we have your LinkedIn account name or ID? So they're like, LinkedIn, what's that? So even that case scenario happens. Like awareness about LinkedIn is quite low. Even I've experienced that myself. So you made us aware, and even about SSI score and all that stuff. Though we are present on LinkedIn, we weren't aware about SSI score, that all these things matter. So that was really cool, and it was necessary for today. So thank you so much for all of it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad. So I definitely wanted to share something which can add value, a tangible value. So I can talk a lot about LinkedIn, but that would be like a gyan. I don't want to do that. So I wanted to come up with
Right.
few things which will help you, go back and check your own SSI score, get that clarity. Okay, I have this much score. Let me, push it 5 more points and then 2 more points. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad. Yeah, there has been some questions. Let's
Yes,
see.
ma'am. Ma'am, how should we enhance our LinkedIn profile? It's from Ankit Pathak.
Uh huh. Okay. how we should enhance our LinkedIn profile. So first of all, understanding who your target audience is. Uh, Whether you want to go out for job search or entrepreneurship or venture journey or for your business that you want to connect. That's one. Once you have got that clarity in place, your LinkedIn profile is should be structured in a way that it showcases the very right message, right from your profile picture to your cover page. So I've seen a lot of profile pictures where people, there are more than one in that circle. There are two pictures, right? The one in the circle, that's your profile picture, right? So people, full length pic, or maybe a side pic, or maybe some kind of a random pic, or but you have to understand the profile pic has to be a professional headshot, and it should be very clear. Your face should be clear, whether you do it a professional photo shoot or you go for a natural sunlight outside, in something which is professional. Again, when I'm saying a professional, for someone sari could be professional, for someone kurti could be professional, for someone shirt may be professional, for someone it could be shirt, tie and blazer all in place. Okay, that's your own definition. That is what defines you, that is what differentiates you from other people. But keeping in mind, what is it was it that is your definition of being professional, getting that picture in place, the background message, the cover pic talks a lot about different things or messages that you can portray, maybe your vision statement or your mission statement, or you have won some awards or something that you are passionate about. That cover pic should also convey some kind of a message. Your about section is a big space. Your resume can never talk about so much when your LinkedIn profile can talk about, right? Uh, Now, why I'm asking about you to have a powerful profile? Because if I land, I can show you right now. I have 100 plus connections right now in queue, but there are a limited number of connections that gives me a better reach, right? People who with whom I want to connect. First of all, I send them a request, or if I receive, I accept it. Now, what kind of profiles, if there are not, if they don't fall in my stream, right? So when you don't fall in their interest area, or even if you fall in their interest area, if your profile is not strong, either they will reject it or they will not accept it, right? So having your profile in place is important, right from about section to the headline that you put, to the certifications, to the experiences that you put, to the profile picture that you put, to the kind of engagement that you do, to the endorsements and people talking about you, to the LinkedIn article. Everything counts it. So definitely your reach to similar interest, or interest which is not so similar but you admire that person, can be enhanced by first correcting your LinkedIn page. So I heard, so there was a lot of no when I asked how many of you think you have a nice LinkedIn profile. Okay, the one person who said yes, rest all of them said no. So putting your profile in place is the first step, and then identifying your target audience is the second step. Third step is reaching out to them, not with a mindset that, I need a job, can you please help me? No, that's not the way to reach out to people. Even if you want to connect to an HR, so my profile, I have few profiles who have sent me, their own resume, that you have a job, can you help me? I'm not an HR. I can refer to some people, but that is not the way to reach out to people. You have to come up with a mindset that LinkedIn can delay your future in terms of what you are looking out for. But slowly, if you keep connecting the dots, LinkedIn will help you reach there. And that can be done very strategically. Okay, next question.
Yeah, so the next question is from Anjali. How to connect with people who have similar interests? How should we find them?
Uh, your similar interest uh, people are out there for sure, right? If you can help me identify what your interest is, maybe, for example, let me talk about my similar interest, and then you can connect those dots back. I wanted to work with more women entrepreneurs. I wanted to work with more domain experts. There are a lot of women on career break that I wanted to mentor. They are working professionals at mid career who are stuck at the mid career and they're looking out to scale up. And there are also people who are doing startups. I love to work with startups, and I want to work more with these kind of people who have that startup entrepreneurial mindset. All kind of people are in my profile. How I reach out to them is I look out for them. First of all, there are a lot of people who come when through your feed where some post that you like. When you like some post, when you like someone's point of view, I go to their profile and see whether they resonate to my idea, to what kind of person I'm. If they do, I write them down why I am reaching out to them. Okay, and that shouldn't be selfish. I should not be saying I want to interview for my. It's not selfish, although, but it's not a direct thing that you should be saying I like your profile, I want you to be interviewed for my Neha Pai talk show. No, I have to come up with something which is unique that connects the two of us together. It should be something like uh, you have done so much in this space, which is my core interest area as well. I see a lot of sync or collaboration opportunities together. How about we connect on a call, or get this discussion, something like this, that excites the other person to understand there's something different that this person is offering, and there's no harm in getting on call for 15 minutes to understand what is there to offer or she's offering, right? So it's a slow process, but it can create a long lasting relationship. I've met people on LinkedIn, um, whom I am still in strong touch since last 4 to 5 years, and I met them through LinkedIn. Right now, we meet, we even meet, we being in the same city. So it's like how you want to approach them, and what is it that you want to give them. So it's not only about the ask, but also what you want to give them uh, as part of their opportunity that they might be looking out for. Yes.
So our next question is from Mukul. What is better, posting things every day or posting once every 2-3 days or even once a week?
See, it's not about just blindly going and posting things. Okay, I have been there has been days where I used to post twice a day because there was something that I wanted to share. Get two posts a day. There has also been days where there was one post a day and one video. There was also a time where I used to post for 30 days for my series, Leaders Let's Talk or Ladies Let's Talk, right? So I used to post every day because there was something that I wanted to post. Okay. Definitely, when you are posting every day, your visibility gets enhanced. But that should be something new, valuable, insightful, engaging for people. People should connect to that, right? That's number one. There has also been days where I've not posted for a week, but that's okay. I go back and again I resume back and I come up with a lot of posts, a lot of insights. I just keep connecting. So first of all, uh, posting every day is good. Okay, but if you are just posting for the sake of posting, it's not good. You have to be you should read, you should research, you should engage with a lot of people, and you should come up with your own post or article and share something which adds value to people. Because uh, if I will start posting junk every day, people will start ignoring me. They'll see, okay, a post has come from this profile, some junk would have been there, scroll down. But every day, if you are posting something which is valuable, they will be really curious to read your profile, to read your post. Okay. I know people who post every day, and I also follow them, and I look up for their posts because their posts are amazing. I just love reading to their posts and engaging to them. Post every day, something insightful. But if you don't have to post.
So, well, that must have answered this question. The next question is from Vaishali. As an engineering student, I would like to know what kind of post will attract job opportunities.
Okay. So first of all, you're not posting to attract job opportunities. You are posting to attract more HR or maybe your industry experts. For example, as an engineer, uh, you are a computer engineer, for example. Okay. If you are a computer engineer, posting about technology, posting about cloud, posting about AI, ML, uh, so if I am at a VP role and I am handling the IT department of some good notch organization, lighthouse organization, and if I see your profile, who every day is talking about cloud, AI, ML, I would be interested to visit your profile. I might ignore it for a couple of weeks because I don't have enough time. Okay, I don't have time to maybe visit your profile to see. But then every day, if I will keep coming across post from your profile which talks about so much full of insights, I will be obliged to visit your profile, check your profile, and that will create a memory in my mind that, okay, boss, this girl has something good to share every day. It might impact me to an extent that next time, if I have a requirement in my team, I might not reach out to the HR as well, but I might reach out to you directly. This is the opening. Would you be interested to join? Or would you be, are you open for an interview? Right? It might happen. Like this has happened with people. There could be other side of it, a lot of HR. So LinkedIn is a platform where there are Times Job, there are Monster, which take premium amounts, your premium membership. I did it twice and it didn't work when I was into the corporate journey. So for me, I had a very bad experience with the Times or Naukri.com. These kind of paid premium profiles where they never came with some kind of help to me. They could never rescue me or give me a better profile. But LinkedIn is one platform where you don't have a mediator. You are also there as a job seeker, and HR or industry experts are also there as a recruiter. Okay, you just have to create a profile of yours which works like your resume, your CV. People don't have to go to Naukri.com or different other paid platforms that gives tells you dreams about get your job or these kind of jobs I can help you get, but you can create that yourself by using LinkedIn as a profile. The beauty of this profile is there is no mediator. There's so much transparency. If you are a real person, if you are someone who is talented, if you are someone who has interest in your profile, the recruiter will have an eye on you if you play it strategically.
Okay. So, our next question is from Akshay. Currently, recruiters hire students on basis of their resume and interview process. Do you think this might change in the upcoming years and LinkedIn profile might play a crucial role in hiring freshers?
You know what? I'll tell you a secret. You send them their profile and they open their LinkedIn and check your profile. 90% recruiters check you on LinkedIn. So if you have not updated it, update it tonight. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's an open secret. There are startups who do it. There are recruiters who do it. In fact, there are people who with 8 years of experience, 5 years of experience, who have received messages from HR on their. I have friends who are working in different organizations and they keep receiving messages from HR that this is the opening which will you be interested, right? So it's no more future probability, it's happening right now. People as recruiters, as leaders from or founders or entrepreneurs, when they want to expand their team, their organization, when they're looking for new profiles, they visit their LinkedIn profile to understand what is it special about this profile, right? So if you have not updated it, update it tonight. A few years back, I was exactly in your place. I had a decade of corporate experience. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, which I am now, but at that point in time, I had no clarity. What I used to do was I used to spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, uh, or some other platforms. Not, I would say, on Instagram, but yes, there were some groups on Facebook which were about business or ventures. Or I used to spend a lot of time on event organizations where the updates on the new events in the city would come up. I would spend time on LinkedIn to connect with more entrepreneurs, founders, with startups, to understand what they are doing and how they are doing, right? So I don't come from a business background. Business is something that was so much new and exciting for me, and I wanted to learn a lot about it. You can learn from people through their stories, but until and unless you do it, you will not learn. But then I wanted to still learn from people, so I started networking with a lot of people on LinkedIn, and through events, conferences, summits, on in person, across different cities in India. So yeah, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there's a lot that you have to figure out in the process. But to begin with, you have to connect with lot of entrepreneurs, with lot of people who are running their own ventures, their own startups, people who are willing to mentor you on your kind of idea that you want. If you already have an idea, and that idea may be, for example, if your idea is into education sector, you need to connect with more people in education sector. Maybe people who are deans, people who are professors, so that you can connect to them. And there are also a lot of business people in education edtech platform, so you need to connect with these kind of people more. If you don't have the idea, to understand more about entrepreneurship, you might take a little time, but in this process you can connect with more of people who are entrepreneurs, right? Or they're at senior level in the industry, who can talk about their experience and give you some guidance.
Okay. So our next question is from Sham Krishna. Is directly asking for connection in LinkedIn considered rude? Do we have to intimate the person first in some other way, or at least meet the person in real life once?
No. So you know what happens, everyone is different. Okay. Some people are introvert, some people are extrovert, some people uh, like to talk more and connect in a different way. Some people want to travel more and connect. So everyone is different. First of all, identify what is your personality like type, how you want to connect. If you want to, because I love to travel, I love to speak to people, I love to connect with them in real life, right? But that should not be stopping me from connecting myself to women or to entrepreneurs who are in different countries, right? I cannot visit every country every now and then. I will visit for sure, but now if I want to connect, and if I cannot travel now, that's okay, I can connect with them on LinkedIn. So directly asking for connection on LinkedIn is not considered rude. These social platforms are to connect with each other, first of all. Secondly, if you connect with them with an ask as in, I'm looking for a job, can you help me? Or you are at this profile, can you refer me here? Directly asking them something, or going ahead and just asking them something bluntly, that is rude. If you can give them a connection, maybe create more of a repo with them, And then maybe going ahead, you tell them that this is something that I'm looking forward for. Will you be open to help me? So yes or no will be fine. In that process, you might face a lot of rejection, but don't be sad with the rejections on your way. Your rejections will help you land eventually where you should be landing, right? So yeah, no is fine. If they say no, it's okay. That means that is not your place, or maybe that person is not able to help you. Move on. Don't be sad because someone on the digital platform you don't know personally said no to you.
I guess Ramakrishna got his answer. Now, and I guess that's all for today's question Q&A session.
You
Ramji,
have
would you
been an
like to add on
amazing
something?
question. Sorry?
Would you like to add on something?
Me? I have been adding since last 1 hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything specific that you want me to add? I would add, definitely. Is there anything specific?
I'm specifically talking about it is what I came through in the whole of the session is LinkedIn is for everyone, right? Like though you
Right.
are a job seeking person, though you are an entrepreneur, but just you need to make specific use of it in that way, in that manner. So apart from all of this, is there something like the certifications we make on LinkedIn? So it's not necessary that only that kind of people would approach us. We get approaches from different people. So what about the connection from our side? So should we get connected with all kind of people or only related to our domain or something?
See, people definitely. So I learned it very recently from one of the experts, and there is this new concept which I was also not aware of, and I got to know that you should connect with people more whom you resonate with, who can add more value. So what happens is, I'm connected. I'm a woman. I work for women, and I want to work with more women, right? Now, if I'm connected to Samriddhi and Samriddhi has more women in her network, that means I get an access to more women.
Correct.
That doesn't, I don't mean to say that I don't connect with guys. I do connect with guys. I have a lot of guys on my platform in my network. But what I'm trying to say is, if I'm into business, right? And if I'm connecting with more business people, they will be having more business people, and I will be exposed to their network, which I want, right? Rather than me connecting with random people, getting exposed to random audience who cannot help me or I cannot help them. It's both ways, right? They cannot give me opportunities and I cannot give them opportunities, right?
Correct.
So
So
it's
it's not
good
rude.
to have a connection that is in sync with your vision. It is in sync with the target audience. Okay. So Siddhi muted me. I just got this pop-up message, maybe by mistake. Okay. So that's the whole crux of it.
Okay, so it's not rude to like not get connected with people who are not really associated with our domain or actually related to us.
You can connect. In fact, there is not everyone is going to give you it will be your target audience, right? But if you like their profile, for example, someone who is uh, for example, I recently connected with uh, with a writer. Okay, so although writer is not my profile, not my kind of profile, but then I connected with the writer because his writing skills were really good. I liked his writing skills, the way he wrote. His blogs were really good. Okay, so I want to learn more in the process. It's not only about business and kind of connect that I want, but I want to learn different things, right? On Instagram, for example, I'm not a fashion person, right? I love more sari. I love to drape and handcrafted saris. So I already am part of few communities on Instagram, which are sari community, sari based community. But then I'm also part of Western community, right? So sometimes you should experiment, but then the clarity should be clear. There should be clarity of what you want through your profile.
Well, that satisfied me as well now.
So till now, you were
Once
not
again,
satisfied.
yeah, because I had that one issue, like that one doubt in my mind that what should we do? Because even like in day-to-day life, I receive many requests, LinkedIn requests. Some are connected to me, some are not related to me. But I had that one doubt in my mind that should I get connected? Because getting connected seems a good thing, getting a network. But many times the requests which I receive were like really not relevant, and it I don't think that that enhanced to my knowledge anymore. So
So you visit their profile, you see some of their posts, you see their experience, work experience, you see their certification, and you will get to know whether you should connect to them or not. Not to say that their profile is bad, okay? But it's just that you don't want to connect with them, and that's okay.
thank you so
Cool.
much once again, ma'am, to make us aware of this platform. Like we were aware of it a bit, but today you like introduced us to a hell new platform. It seems like that. That yeah, we were not aware of many of its functionalities. That today we came to know about it.
I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
It was lovely to address all of your questions. You guys had questions. I loved it. And they're amazing questions. And you guys are on a stage or at the junction where there's a lot of opportunities for you. It's not only about job, but you can also experiment with your something which you call it as hobby or passion. There's a lot of conversation going around. Follow your passion. You have to first identify it. Don't follow a herd. It's LinkedIn is a platform where you will find a lot of people talking about a lot of context. Find what resonates with you. Logic it, back it with logic, back it with facts. Don't blindly follow people. It's This platform is also a place where people create a lot of brands for themselves through images, through a lot of stuff. But ask yourself, validate it. Do you feel that you are in sync with their ideology? Do you think you actually connect with their thought process, and then follow them? It's very easy. Social media is very influencing. Everyone who is traveling the world is putting out their pictures, and we feel the world is traveling. It's not like that. It's a different life altogether. Don't fall for it. Make sure you have your real you alive with you. Your authenticity is there. You're not following people blindly. You have a reason why you follow them. um, Build more connections that can influence your life, that can give you a pathway or can mentor you. People who can mentor you or guide you. Build more of a rich depository connection for yourself. That's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And you have
Thank you
got
so
an
much,
amazing
ma'am.
smile, I must say. It's distracting me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So, guys, as we have come to the end of these webinar series, today is the third and the last day. I'd like to tell the audience that we'll be sharing the glimpse of all these sessions on our Instagram handles, and also some of the videos. Each of these sessions have been recorded, so these videos would also be shared on the Instagram accounts. So do follow those accounts. And again, I'd like to thank IEEE Bombay Section WI for their support and collaboration to make this webinar series a success. And a big thank you to each of you for the audience to being connected with us in all these forms. Thank you so much.